Good day to all. Welcome to Veterans News. My name is Eric Spinner, and I will be your host today, and my co-host is Rob Ryan. We'll get back to Rob in a few minutes, but first, I want to thank Erica Bradley of North Shore TV for the use of her studio facilities here in Lake Success, and to Rebecca Levine for her professional advice. Our guest today is Dawn Samuel, Commander of the Nassau County American Legion. We'll talk to our guest in just a few minutes, but first let us remember some of the veterans who have passed recently. Martin Burkhart was an Army veteran who served during the Vietnam War. His obituary said his time in the service shaped his life, strength, discipline, and quiet sense of duty. Christopher Sweeney of Wantua and Babylon was born in China, graduated from Chaminade High School, and president of his senior class at Fordham University. He served as a first lieutenant in the Air Force during the Korean War. Rosario Salterisi of East Northport died at 97 years old. He served in Korea, where he attained the rank of Master Sergeant. He was a 4th-degree Knight of Columbus, a member of the American Legion, and the Veterans of Foreign Wars. Henry Treadwell III grew up in Old Westbury. A veteran of the U.S. Army, a car enthusiast, he spent his happiest hours working on Porsche Roadsters, Indy Roadsters, and Formula One cars. Robert Urquhart lived in Huntington, and in 1966 he served with the U.S. Army in Germany. During his free time in the service, he had adventures on his motorcycle or his VW bug in the Alps or partying in the Black Forest. Ernest Schmidt, 92 years old from Belport Village, was an Army veteran during the Korean War. He retired from the Brookhaven National Laboratory. Now it's time for our guest. Rob, I want to welcome you as my co-host.
Thanks, Eric.
Dawn Samuel, welcome to the set.
Thank you.
Welcome to Veterans News. Dawn, you're the commander of the Nassau County American Legion. And among that and other things, you're also director of the Legion Riders. What else do you do? What do you have time to do?
Well, I do really have a passion for the Legion. There's so many people that, such a camaraderie as when we served. I feel like we're all in it together. We're all here to help each other. We're all here for a common purpose, to help those in need, to help just each other.
Dawn, how did you get it all started? How did you get involved in coming to the American Legion?
Well, I really didn't know what the American Legion was all about. I always thought it was just a place for gentlemen to go and to have a drink, and I had no interest. I was raising my children. I was in Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and everything, baseball and cheerleading, and it was a lot of fun. I knew it was coming to an end when my children were getting older. And my son, somebody told him when he was in Boy Scouts about Boys State. And so I reached out to the American Legion close to me, and they were telling me that they would sponsor him to go. So he went, and it was such a great program. It taught him about our country and how it's set up and how it runs. And they set up a fictitious 51st state, and they had all the jobs in it. And it taught him so much. And Friends for Life. He has friends from that opportunity, that week-long event for life. So I had to be part of that. Even though this 94-year-old gentleman who got my son in made me chase him around to join, it was the best thing I ever did.
That's fabulous.
I loved it.
That really is.
I still love it.
So from there, you got involved. You decided that, you know what, there's something here to the Legion. I want to find out a little bit more about it. So what steps did you take? What?
Absolutely. So I started in the auxiliary, and I walked into a meeting, and they said, "Do you like children and youth?" And I'm a teacher, so I thought it was a trick question. I'm like, yes, I like children and youth. So they said, just come to this place at this time, and you'll be set. So I went to that place at that time and ended up in the chairs to be the county auxiliary president. Had no idea, just following. And then as the president, I got to know the Legion better and the county Legion, and so they invited me into some of those committees, children and youth, oratorical, which I had so much fun with because they believe in Americanism and children and youth and everything, and I love that. I do that. I'm a teacher. I do that with my class. I did that in Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts. So I thought it was a great opportunity to get involved with military families through children and youth, and it was a great opportunity.
Do you have a military background yourself?
I do. I was in the Air Force. I did my first enlistment, and then I finished 20 years in the reserves.
Oh, you have a big background.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Got
I
it.
started as a mechanic. My dad was totally against it. He said, girls don't do that. So I said, okay, so I'm going to be a mechanic. I was a mechanic on planes, loved it. It was a little challenging. I was 22 years old, same size. I'm 5'1", and I'm not going to say my weight, but it was a challenge to guys who went in as a mechanic, and I'm a mechanic. I'm a tough job. So they gave me a hard time. I had to carry the toolbox every day. And then of course, the opportunity always comes, right? So we were doing something in the wing. We took off a panel, and one of the guys dropped a tool in the wing. Okay, so they held my feet and dropped me down there to get that tool. After that, I had no more problems with that. So it was a great experience all the way through.
Tell me about the structure of the American Legion in Nassau County.
So I love the American Legion because it does have structure. It starts at the post level. Everything is done at the post. And I think when everybody comes in, that's what you learn first, the post. And it has committees and everything that the county has, that the state has, but at the level where you're at. So if there's programs that you're more passionate about in your post, because every post has its own personality. You could go to one post and totally different personality in another one, which is great because some posts do really well with some of the committees and other posts do really well with other committees. So all together combined, it's a great thing.
So are you in touch with for example, how many posts in Nassau County approximately?
I believe
About 55.
About 55
Oh, okay.
posts.
55.
So are you in touch with, and Eric, you could answer these things too. I mean, are you in touch with the 55 posts that exist?
The attempt is there. We try and keep the posts active. We try and keep them involved at the county level as well. The problem is that at the post level, you never know what's happening, who's where, who's not feeling well, who's active, who isn't. It's a constant battle to keep people involved, but that holds at all levels.
Now, you keep a directory. I noticed on your website
Yes.
that there's a directory that each of the posts is supposed to be updating their information.
Yes.
Does that information also include people that may be ill? People, this is a member of my post, they're ill, they may have a need.
Well,
Is
see,
that kind of information
As
transmitted?
county chaplain, I'm supposed to receive messages from the posts so that I can either offer a prayer as chaplain at the meeting, the county meeting, but I also am called by the post periodically to officiate at one of their funerals or other events because sometimes they don't have a chaplain. Now, my job as a chaplain was an appointment. I have no credentials. I am not ordained in anything, but I seem to have come from a place where they understand. I relate to people. I understand.
My question was more, there are organizations that are out there today that are feeding veterans, for example.
Yes.
Rena Sylvester runs this organization out of Port Jefferson. She feeds about 98 veterans every single day. And she does it by getting volunteers to commit to cooking, picking up the food, delivering the food to it all involves a lot of different. So what I need out of this directory, if it's possible, is there a way for us to find out not only who is made up of this American Legion, who's in that particular group, but what their needs might be, if there are any special needs, because it would be so helpful to figure out. Maybe we can marry, with organizations like yourself. If you know who has a need, then we might be able to fulfill it. And
So I feel actually that is part of my job.
okay.
So I feel like we reach out to all of the posts through email or however we can, because not all of them go to meetings, not all of them can go to meetings. So I feel that I'm here to help. I'm that point of contact.
Okay.
So if I know your post does this or experienced this, and Eric's post needs help with that or needs guidance or needs assistance, I know that I can get you two together.
So you're the conduit.
So yes, I would say that I think that's my job.
Okay.
I think my job is to help. I'm that point of contact as the county, and all the committees of the county are the points of contacts to the posts directly.
So tell me a little bit about some of the big things that your organization, looking at everything holistically, tries to accomplish. You have clearly you have goals in it, that you set out. We're about to enter a brand new year. 2026 is coming. What are some of the aspiration and goals that you might have for the American Legion here in Nassau County, going forward, and how can the various posts all help you get to that particular point where you can actually achieve the goals that you're setting out?
So I feel that for years and years, everybody's talked about membership. So I feel that's very important, and I feel that we need to reach them where they are. We need to reach the veterans where they are. Not say, why don't you join us? Why don't we bring you and with everything you have? So I feel those veterans with young families, come on, let's get something here for you, children and youth. So let's do events that will bring in those families. So it's a family event. It's not just, well, you leave your family to come see us. I don't feel that's beneficial all the time. Sometimes it may be. Sometimes you may want to talk to a comrade. Sometimes that may be the best thing to do. But I feel like it should be out there for everybody. Your whole family should be able to come and join us and to be part of the things that we do. We're doing classic cars now. There's a big interest in Long Island that I've seen with classic cars. So I went to so many car shows this fall because let's get those classic cars started in the different posts. So if they have that, maybe they could have a car show. Maybe they could have, we were talking about car and coffee, maybe cars and kids, so that we can have events that you're passionate about already and bring that into the Legion, and then we could share it among us and then still have that camaraderie. Because I'm an American Legion rider, and I find I have that with that.
An American Legion
Rider. So I ride a motorcycle. And I feel, and Eric too. And I feel like...
And Mike Felix too?
And Mike Felix too.
Yes. And I feel like just coming together and doing that gives us such a sense of camaraderie, importance, because we do final honors for veterans. We escort them to the cemetery. We do birthday parades for World War II veterans. How exciting is that, to have a bunch of noisemakers come in front of your house? I love revving the motorcycles. We get firefighters involved with their trucks, and they love it.
So take me through that process. So you're one of the writers, and you'll actually go to a World War II veterans home.
Yes.
And
We'll have a drive-by birthday.
Do they know you're coming?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
We'll set it up
Yeah.
weeks in advance
Okay.
and
Yeah.
get all the riders from Suffolk County, from Nassau County, and we love to get on our motorcycles. We love to make noise. So it's really a win-win.
One of the things that I've seen a lot of the veterans, particularly coming out of Iraq, Afghanistan, where they've had back-to-back-to-back tours of duty, some of them come back, they suffer from PTSD. They don't even know what they're qualified to get from the Veterans Administration. And you put a form in front of them, and they wouldn't even know how to fill it out, because they need help. How do you, what do we do to
I think one of the important factors, and Dawn works very closely with that as well, we work very closely with the Nassau County Veteran Service Agency. We volunteer with them at their events. We volunteer at the stand down. We help collect food and food cards for them. We're very closely involved. Some of our veterans actually drive for them to bring veterans to doctor's appointments. So we're very closely involved with that. So it's not necessarily that we're preparing food or we're going places for them, but we are working with the agencies that provide those services.
how do the vets that have these needs get to you, so that you're aware that they, first of all, they have a need, they need to go shopping, or they need to go to a medical, they need to go to Northport to see their doctors, but they have no way of getting there. Or they want to participate in one of the other veterans groups, but they have no means. How do you help? How do you get them on a list, and how do you help organize that structure that has to be in place to get them where they want to get to?
Right. The outreach is the toughest problem. The outreach is tough because we can't go to a veterans organization, we can't go to the VA and say we need the names of your veterans and how to contact them so we can bring them into the fold.
Why can't you?
Because their information is private.
They won't
it's
release
privileged information. The only way if we happen upon a veteran, we talk to them. That's our outreach. If
you're keeping that directory that we were talking about before with the names of everybody that exists in your group, isn't there a way somehow of also expanding on that and getting a list of everybody in your town that might be a veteran?
No,
there's no way.
Anybody outside of our organization, we're not privy to their information.
Okay.
That's the problem, and that's the biggest roadblock.
So if you go to the churches, the synagogues, et cetera, and you meet with the pastors and the rabbis,
we do that.
And does that work?
Sometimes.
Why only sometimes?
Very often, the veterans are not active in those groups. They're still trying to make ends meet. They're trying to keep their families together, sometimes just trying to keep themselves together. And they've come out of the military with, okay, you're a civilian now, goodbye.
So we're trying to meet those needs.
Yeah.
Actually, we're trying to start a program in Hempstead where we're going to have kind of like expos where you come and people are there providing information that you may need and different focus, like 1 month it'll be healthcare, 1 month it'll be women veterans. So different months, we're trying to organize that now. That's in the process. But we just put it out and they have to come or call or let us know. Rides we can help with, but we have to know you need it. We have to know you're there. And that is, like Eric said, a roadblock.
And when you do provide rides, do you organize this through bus services? Do you organize this through personal drivers?
The VA.
The VA.
The VA will organize that.
The VA organizes it. The Nassau County Veteran Service Agency has vans and volunteer drivers. And Nassau County Office of the Aging and Public Services and all of them, they have organized a, what do they call it, where you call for the cab. I'm going blank. Uber. An Uber service where they will pay for Uber ride in both directions.
They being the
county.
The county.
County,
okay.
Yep. Social services.
Got it. What about other, I mean, some of these veterans, they have, some of them are destitute. They have financial needs. They have housing needs. They have more needs than I could probably even list here right now. But how do we as American Legion people help these people? How do we find out who they are, and how do we go about helping those people in need?
It's tough to find out who they are unless they come to us. However, if we do find out there is someone who needs help, we can also be the conduit to the agencies that can provide them with the help.
So a program like Veterans News, yes, it does go out over public broadcast for a limited amount of time, but what it does really do well is it goes out onto YouTube, where you could watch any program about any subject matter that the guest is being interviewed on, that to really help veterans understand what kind of programs might exist out there, what kind of attitude the American Legion plays in trying to help make their lives a little bit better. You have meetings that are coming up in January. I would almost beseech you to, mention this particular program at your next meetings. As a matter of fact, I think it should be something that every American Legion post should be making known to everybody there that there's a program. This is what was discussed this particular month. There's a program that goes on every month. Every month we have important people that are really doing a lot for their community. Like yourselves. It's an honor, to have you here today, But we need to do more. So we got a brand new year. 2026 is coming up. You've got some great meetings. You've got the winter meeting that's coming up. What happens at that winter meeting?
So how the American Legion is structured is it starts at the post level, and then it goes to county, and then it goes to district, and then it goes to state. So our meeting coming up in January is at the state level. So all of the committees that we have it's kind of like a training in January. They'll have little rooms and you go to and you learn about the different parts of it, and you discuss things maybe you have questions about, or what you're doing in your particular post or your particular area. So that's great. And then they have a convention in the summer.
So some of the breakout sessions, we'll call them that.
Right,
That's what they are.
Okay, so give me a little hint, rather than things. What will be some of the important breakout sessions that we want people to know that will be discussed? Because if anybody's listening or anybody tunes in to watch this, I want them to get something from it. So what will happen in January?
Right. So this year, at the state level, Girl Scouts are being recognized.
Okay.
Since 100 years, Boy Scouts are recognized. So there's a Cub Scout Troop of the Year, there's a Boy Scout Troop of the Year, there's a Leader of the Year, and there's Boy Scout of the Year, who's an Eagle Scout. So this year at the state level, first year, it's going to be a Girl Scout of the Year who has received the Gold Award. So that's up and coming this coming summer.
Excellent.
However, we want to discuss, I've already spoken to the leader of the scouting group at the state level, that we want to start organizing Girl Scout Troops of the Year at the lower levels for, Daisy, Junior, and Brownies, and then the older girls at their level, and a Girl Scout leader. So we're going to be working some of that also this year. So it's very important to make these connections with the state to let them know what's going on down here.
So what about? I mean, there's so much. There's such a need to get youth kind of made aware of who we are. And you said before, we've got to figure out a way to go to them, to make them think that there's something being done at the Legion that could really benefit you. It's a way to get the family in. Sometimes they could be done through group discussions, panel discussions on subject matter that are affecting youth today. Is anything like that ever being done by the American Legion?
Absolutely. So at the Girl Scout level, the same with Boys and Eagle Scout projects, well, the girls have 3 different levels of projects, and it's leadership projects. So absolutely, we're getting the Legion in on some of these leadership projects for the girls, so that they can help the community and they could see the needs and also see what veterans are doing. And so it's a mix, just like the Boy Scouts.
And some of the subject matters that you'll try to tackle would be what?
Well, I know with some of the scouts, they're doing memorials for veterans who have passed in the post, or making a memorial wall for them, and just some of the leadership activities. And as a commander of the county, I want to go to the Girl Scout Awards ceremonies and recognize them. We're here. We're here to support you. And this is what the American Legion is all about. And help them with their flag ceremonies and their color guard and things like that.
Got it. What about scholarships? Are there scholarships that are?
That's my bailiwick. I'm scholarship chair for the county.
Okay.
What we offer is one $1,000 scholarship to the top valedictorian from Nassau County High Schools. I know that several of the posts do this as well at the local level. Rockville Center offers scholarships. I know Malvern does. There are several others that do as well. Some of them will offer multiple scholarships. Some of them have a lot of money that they can give because they've done well.
What kind of money are we talking about for these scholarships?
I don't know what the posts are giving out, but I know that mine is a $1,000 award.
Okay.
And I just gave it out to a student from
Limbrook.
And does is that money all raised from the members of the post, or is it?
It's budgeted in, and it comes in from donations. Donations annually from each post, wherever they can. It also sometimes comes in from independent donors.
Mm-hmm. And fundraisers?
We really haven't done a lot of fundraisers, and that probably is a problem, because a fundraiser also becomes advertising for the Legion. Now, in that regard, we do have some connections with media, print media, video media, and we reach out to them because at each level we have public relations. So I am in the process of writing an article on the oratorical. I have to modify it because I have to take out some names, and then I want to get that to the media. I do an annual Four Chaplains ceremony to commemorate the sinking of the Dorchester in 1944.
Which is going to be February 1st this year.
February 1st this year.
Dame.
It's always the first Sunday in February.
Okay.
It will probably be at Notre Dame Church in New Hyde Park. I'm still waiting for the pastor to confirm with me, but they're all on vacation this week. They've gotten through Christmas, and now things are light.
Got it. Got it.
So one way or another, I have a venue. If it's not there, it's right across the street.
Well, I look forward to what you'll be doing at these various meetings that are coming up, and I really think that maybe one of the best things that you can do, and I'll repeat it, we should be letting people know about this particular program so that at least they have a clue as to some of the services that are being offered by the American Legion. There's also we have to think about ways, and maybe you've already given this some thought. How do you get the membership, up? Now, you tell me you can't get names of the people that are located within your town, but there must be ways that you can reach out to
try and get their interests, like the classic cars, motorcycles,
or something that or something that maybe you can do from an organization perspective that could really show. Come here. These are the kinds of things that you will receive help with. Mm-hmm. Medical understanding, what their benefits are, what they're really entitled to, how to fill out the forms, making sure that there are people there,
where to go,
where to go and who to contact. Mm-hmm. So
absolutely.
Yeah, we need to figure out how to get some PSAs on the media.
I mean, even in your website, if like current events, or maybe more important than current events, here are some of the initiatives that we're looking forward to, and this is where we need your help. You could put the kinds of volunteers that you need right onto that website. I'm looking for this kind of expertise. I need a marketer.
Yeah.
Are we running out?
We're at the 1 minute mark.
We're at the 1 minute
yes.
mark.
This could go on forever.
Like I said, I haven't even scratched the surface, but
we haven't.
Dawn, it's truly a pleasure, and
okay.
And keep up the good work, and
Yes,
you.
always a pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining
Okay, would
in.
our crew come up on stage? While they're coming up, I'd like to thank our all-volunteer crew. On camera 1, General Robert Guarnieri. On camera 2, Sonny Maxon. Camera 3, Mike Felix.
Robert.
Graphics Director is Loretta DeBrino. Assistant Graphics Director, Bev Ullman. Director, Mike Ferraro. We can't forget him in the control room. And I am Eric Spinner,
Absolutely.
your co-host for today. Thank you all for being here. We look forward to seeing you next month.
Get out of there.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Dawn.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.